That's an easy answer for me. Of course, when we had that conversation, I said, of course I agree in climate change. We have a big rock sitting out in a farmer's field deposited from a glacier from right around Jasper because the climate has been changing for thousands of years, and we understand that people have a part to play in that. And I do agree that people have a part to play in that. And actually, I think this is why we need to continue to support what's happening right here in Alberta. We have the most ethical environmental oil and gas in the world.
That's a joke.
We have the ability to give an option to so many different areas around the world of ethical natural gas to be able to have other countries convert from coal to natural gas. We need more pipelines to the coast. I've seen this when I've traveled to Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia burns coal there. What I heard loud and clear from them is they would love to switch to natural gas, understanding how much of a positive environmental impact that would have for them. But we need more pipelines to be able to do so. We're going to continue to be able to look at every option to protect our environment. That's our job as a government, absolutely. I told you that. But we don't and should never be, as a government, in the business of picking winners and losers. Our job is to make sure the environment is protected through regulations.
China is not going to be carbon neutral till 2060. India is not going to be carbon neutral till 2070. That's their targets. And we believe that the way that you reduce emissions is through a number of different ways. One is by ensuring that you're investing in carbon capture, utilization, and storage so that you can capture the CO2 and bury it. You can also have alternative electricity. That's why we're talking actively with British Columbia about how we might be able to do interties so that we can bring in more hydroelectric power, as well as working with Saskatchewan to do the same, to bring in nuclear power. And then also direct air capture. We have a major company called Carbon Engineering that we help seed fund, who've just moved back here to figure out ways that you can capture the CO2 from the atmosphere and be able to turn it into useful products for storage. So those are the kinds of things that we're talking about, is a circular economy, and absolutely we're investing in all of those. We have spent $1.8 billion on carbon capture, utilization, and storage. We've safely stored 15 megatons of CO2. We have developed a new hydrogen industry. We have more hydrogen than any other, we produce more hydrogen than any other province. We bought hydrogen passenger vehicles as a way of building that industry out. We're doing dual fuel injection for hydrogen and diesel. We are building hydrogen locomotives. We've got hydrogen that we are investing in for net zero air products, as well as Lindy. We've got net zero petrochemicals so that we can ensure that we've got petrochemical industry that doesn't produce CO2. We also have Heidelberg, which is going to be the first net zero cement plant. So we're very committed to making sure that we're capturing emissions and not putting them into the atmosphere. When it comes to coal, I think we're mixing two things up. The last coal plant for electricity got turned off in December, so we're not using any coal to produce electricity anymore. The coal that is being produced is metallurgical coal, and that goes to make steel, which goes to make wind turbines. Metallurgical coal is also used to make polycrystalline silicon, which is used for solar. So we have to make sure that if we're going to be investing in the new technologies, that we're continuing to do the mining to be able to provide those products. So I would say that what we're seeing in Canada is there's an understanding that we've become overly reliant on the United States. And as a result, every single premier in every single province is looking for ways to be able to develop critical minerals. And we're no different. We're going to do exactly the same. We want to be self-sufficient too.